Dave, how you doing? How you doing, Randy? Thank you, Randy. Okay, I just got off the phone with Dave Stanek last night, and we discussed the lessons I will be doing, some of the lessons I'll be doing next week from Mastering the Tables of Time. Very interesting book, great book. A lot of influences from George Lawrence Stone, from Tony Williams, from Elliot Fine, Marvin Dahlgren, and a lot more. The guy's an amazing human being, good drummer, man. Hell of a nice guy. Brilliant. Okay, what I was just doing before, I wanted just give out a little bit of the agenda for today, some rudiments. Flams, flam taps, flam Swiss Army triplets, flam paradiddles, patty fla-flas, all that good stuff. But what I was just loosening up with, I was just sat down and loosened up. I figured it'd be a little early. I was doing an ostinato between the bass drum and the hi-hat. And I'm thinking it's 6/8 or 3/8, or I could even think it 4/4. That's where the modulation comes in. We all know what modulation is, gentlemen. If I'm thinking in 6, I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or if I'm thinking in 3/4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Or a triplet, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and the thought process were all different, but the pattern was the same. Do we understand that? Okay, so what I was just doing was playing that on the bottom, 1, and playing on the top. What do we got there? You understood that, right, Randy? The modulation, the pattern, hey. Well, that's what we're going to do next week. We're going to go into Dave's book. We're going to go into how he presents the tables of time and how he suggests how to work with it and how it expands your vocabulary. And plus the metric, well, I don't know, the modulation, I call it, it's actually metric modulation. And Tony Williams was a big, big dude at that, man. Well, so was other guys. But see, when you're playing that kind of jazz, for example, like Tony Williams with Miles Davis, it wasn't a straight ahead kind of jazz or bebop. What it was a very open kind of jazz. You're having a conversation inside of the tune with the other musicians. But anyway, I just waited a little bit more for the chat to populate some, and we'll start on the flam rudiments. We all understand what a flam is, what the purpose of a flam is. There's a few different kinds of flams, like the alternating flam, the free stroke flam, the downstroke flam, and a flat flam. I don't refer to it as a flat flam. I refer to it as two notes in harmony with each other. Do we all understand that, gentlemen? Now, if I played one note, for example, my right hand, that's one sound. But now if I played a flam, a right hand flam, it's a free stroke flam. If I play that, it's a grace note before the primary note or the king note or whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to call that. All right? That's my one note, then that's my flam. Well, it's the same thing if you're playing a flam. The flam, the object of the flam is to make it sound a little bit more fatter. With it, without, now with. My left hand is hitting just before that. Which Dave's book? You'll buy Dave's book? Oh, Dave. Oh, I'm sorry, Dave Stanix. David. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, so let's talk about this. We have the right hand flam or the free stroke flam, left hand flam, or the alternating flam. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the stick control book again, but that stick control book does has its uses, correct? The brilliance of George Lawrence Stone. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm formulating it. When I see a right, I'm going to make it a right hand flam. When I see a left, I'm going to make it a left hand flam. So I have the first guy, the sequence of sticking is right, left, right, left, right, left. So I'm going to have right, left. I have alternating flams. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Or you want to take it down a notch, instead of thinking of the right, left as 1 and 2 and, think of it as 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you don't want to get flat. That's flat. Okay, we go to the third line. This is where the exercise really takes effect. 2 rights, 2 lefts. So I get guys saying, I play the 2 rights and 2 lefts. They go like this. 2 rights. Well, that's where the free stroke flam comes in. That's the first right. Now, the next right has to be an alternating flam. Why? Because now I'm in position to hit the up and coming 2 lefts. Get it? Nice and slow. I'll do it in quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So on and so forth. All right, not line 5 is pretty nice. 1 is an alternating flam. Do we understand that concept, that formula? Randy, you don't want to see all the books that I have. I'd have to put an additional edition on my house. Hey, Jeffrey, how you doing? How do you say Jeffrey Coyle? I can't pronounce that. I'm sorry. You understand it? You understand it. You understand it, Dave? Jeff, I just went over some of the flam concepts here, utilizing the stick control book. Did you catch that, or do you want me to do that again before we continue? Jeffrey Cole? Cold Have. I don't know how to pronounce. I apologize. I'm going to put my email list in there. You're not on my mailing list. I know that. Hey, Jim, you understand it, correct? Good. I'm going to write some PDFs out on it. Here's my email for Jeffrey. Okay, Jeffrey, the reason why I'm putting it there is because you should email me. I will add you to my mailing list. You subscribe to my channel, and I will send you the week's agenda and some PDFs. Okay? So email me after the lesson. The lessons here are Monday through Thursday, 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Got it, Jeff? Okay. So now we understand the flam exercise. It's a pretty cool, it's a good exercise. You know, you might want to do it on the drum pad. That was line 13. All right, let's go to the flam tap. Do we understand, everybody here understand the flam tap? It's a flam, tap, flam, tap. I use an alternating stroke, then a tap. Alternating stroke, then a tap. Now, I put this in a quarter note formation for now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now, from the quarter note, I'm going to go to eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And flam, tap, 4 and. Oh, you understand it, all right. You got that from the drum corps. If you did it 6/8, it's swan. Okay, then from eighth notes, we go over to 16ths. Now they all sound the same because I'm doing everyone slow. Now I'm going to do quarter notes, eighth notes, and 16ths. Like one, there you go, 1, 2, quarter notes, eighth notes. Ah. Quarters. Hey, concentrate, Matt. Eighth notes. 16ths. Quarters. Eighth notes. 16ths. All right, so that takes care of the flam tap. There's also the inverted flam tap, which instead of playing 1, 2, I'm going to play 1, 2, 3, 4. I just moved the flam to the end. 1 and 2. We understand that. I'm just giving a brief explanation. Okay, let's talk about the Swiss Army triplet. Where these names came from, I really never did any research. One gentleman who really understands and does a whole lot of research on the past to the present, you might know him as Daniel Glass. Daniel Glass has been here maybe 3 or 4 times doing broadcasts. Okay, what is this? Well, I'm just, I'm not trying to impress anybody there, Dave. I'm just trying to show you the difference between the quarter notes, the eighth notes, and the 16ths. I can do the flam taps in triplets, eighth note triplets, which gives you a nice little feel. Let me demonstrate that. The eighth note triplet, remember that? 1, 2, 3, now. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 1. It's just all kinds of different feels. A 6/8, 1. All right, the flam accent. Is that what we just did? We're going to do. I don't know where the name came from, okay? But when I say, let me hear a flam accent to a student, he tries to play the regular flam louder. Like so, I don't know. The object of a flam is to make the one note sound fatter. Without, with. Okay, Swiss Army triplet. I'm going to play the Army triplet first, but I'm going to present it to you or introduce it to you in a couple different ways. I'm going to first play it with the triplet. It's right, left. If you're playing a Swiss Army triplet like I just did the last one, and somebody says your roll sucks, smile. Because now you're really smoking on that. If your Swiss Army triplet sounding like a roll, which really don't make too much sense, but if you get it that fast, it's going to sound like a roll. You know. Here's the sticking pattern. It's a downstroke flam, upstroke with the right, tap with the left. So I'm going to do it in 3/8 or 3/4 or 3/16 or whatever you want to do. It's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Downstroke flam, upstroke right, tap. Okay? That's the Swiss Army triplet. I always refer to that as right hand. I torture some of my students. And I said, I tried to the left hand. The right hand is much faster, stronger, so they're getting a cleaner stroke out of it. When I do it to the left side, it's a different feel. Then, Mr. Hussein, how are you, sir? It's been a while here. Okay. Anyway, I torture them. I show them the difference. This is a right-hand Swiss Army triplet. Now, I look like a machine, but I'm just showing you what's happening. That's what's occurring with the stick. If I play this, get a camera and take it down slow motion, you'd see this. And that's how I teach. You do it to the left side. So I say, okay, right equals the stick control formula again. Right's going to equal a right-hand flam, a Swiss Army triplet. Now, notice I didn't do the same level because now I'm in position to do the left. Right, left. If I do two rights, what is this? Okay, good. Well, Assad, I think that's how you say your name. The lessons are Monday through Thursday, 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do we understand the Swiss Army triplet and the flam accent? Gentlemen? Swiss Army triplet to one hand. Flam accent, it's just an alternating triplet. Okay, good. All right, so the flam did paradiddles, the flam diddles, the patty fla fla, the windmill, the flamacutie. So I could say this is the flamily. It's actually the flam family. So let's go to, we did the Swiss Army triplet, the flam accent, flam tap, and the difference between the flams, the alternating, the free stroke and the downstroke flam. Now we're going to go do a flam single paradiddle. Okay? If I'm playing a paradiddle, I want to put a flam on the front of it. Fatter sound. Now, guys, I'm doing videos. I will be within the next week or two be making videos of all the stuff that I'm teaching with an in-depth, detailed explanation of everything. And they will be individualized, like, the flam, like I just did, the flam tap, the inverted flam tap, the Swiss Army triplet, the flam accent is going to be on a video, and it's going to be available for purchase. The video with a PDF will be available for purchase on my website. You go up to the you can get a manga. You go to my website, you hit on videos, and it'll take you right there. You want to purchase a video with the PDF. You pay for the video through. It'll send it right through PayPal. You'll get access to the video and the PDF. The costs are not going to be extreme. They're going to vary from $1.50 to $5, depending on the video itself. And I think that's pretty fair. Okay. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. That's how to apply them on a drum set. Oh, boy. Okay. Swiss Army triplet. I'm doing this on one surface with a flam tap. One and two and there. Now, that's a flam tap. Flam tap, flam tap. Where I put it into the music, I don't know. The flam paradiddle. Let's see, I don't know. There's the flams are kind of hard to do that on a set, but a marching band. Flam tap, flam accent, Swiss Army triplet. Single flam paradiddle. Now, it's on the snare drum for now. As far as me, it's limitless for you to be creative on the drum set. It's hard to do the flams on the drum set, a drum set application. Okay, so with that being said, oh, by the way, by being for sale, if you're a member, you'll get the videos for free. So sign up on my site. And when they're available, all you got to do is hit on them and you will receive them with the PDF. I'm trying all kinds of things to supplement my income here so I can make a little bit of money. Well, if I took rolls, for example, or paradiddles, without the flam, for example, paradiddles. I'm doing a paradiddle between the hi-hat and the snare drum. Paradiddle diddles. Let me get it in. There's all kinds of things you could do with it. I mean, I didn't lay out a lesson and explain what I'm doing. There's only so much time I have. Okay, I wanted to get into the paradiddle itself. We didn't do the patty fla fla. I don't know where they come up with these names, man, but it's they want to call it what they want. I call it a flam and two single and double. It's a downstroke flam, up with the left, tap with the right, alternate the flam. I have to write these out. That's a patty fla fla. I'm going to go into an in-depth detail, an explanation of it, and where these actually came from. I'm doing research. Daniel Glass is helping me out with the research. I'm picking his brain. Okay, the windmill. I think that's what it's called. All right, all it is line 7 of the stick control book with a flam in front of it. But we'll get to that one once I get them all written out and whatever. All right, but anyway, Jim, what do you think about what I said about the reading? You know, we'll devote 2 1 p.m. lessons a week to reading. Is that okay with you guys? Some linear concepts. Yeah, well, Hussein, what I say about these names, from what I understand, I've talked to quite a few people. I know a lot of people who have been in the drum corps. As a matter of fact, I have one fellow here. He's with the in New Jersey. He's with the Hawthorne Caballeros. This guy's got a set of hands on him, unbelievable. Okay, and he he starts talking about the windmill. All right, the patty fla fla, the flamicue. I don't know, like to me, there's three rudiments: the singles, the doubles, and the flams, and everything else that I just demonstrated is a combination of that. Simple. All right. I guess for communication reasons, for drum corps, for field drummers, you don't say, okay, guys, I want you to play two rights, two lefts, and one right. Two doubles with the right hand, two doubles with the left hand, and one single with the right hand, and reverse it. That's confusing. So they label it as a 5-stroke roll. Or they don't say play two singles and a double with the two doubles with the right, single starting with the left, single with the right, and two doubles with the left. That's confusing. So they call it a paradiddle. It's part of the language. But if you really analyze it and you take everything that they call hybrid, actually, if you look at page 5, 6, and 7, they're all hybrid rudiments. Every single one of them. You can call them whatever you want to call them. Who's this? I'm sorry, I didn't catch this one. Robert, how are you, sir? Robert, are you on my mailing list? You missed part of the lesson because I'm almost over for today, for this afternoon. My lessons are at 1 p.m. on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 7 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, Eastern Standard Time. And for now, they're free. Donations are accepted, however. Okay. Any questions on what I've gone over today, gentlemen? And if you have a YouTube account and you hit my account and you put follow, you're following me or subscribing to me, you will get notification in your email immediately once I start streaming. So you can do that. Hey, Jim, I still didn't get any packages. Did you mail it to the right address? I'm going to give up the drums and buy a trombone. No, just kidding, guys. Well, if you want to keep up with the lessons, Isan, I guess that's what you pronounce it. I'm sorry. Hussein, Mr. Hussein. That's what I'll call you. It's safer that way. When I broadcast on YouTube, they're being filmed. And they will be on my site, my YouTube channel. Just subscribe. Well, if they're here today, then I'll show them tonight to the members. So, guys, if you're not a member of my website, please subscribe to my website, which is mattpatellallivelessons.com. And there's a fee of $19.95 per month, which is reoccurring. Okay, so if you want to do that as well. In the meantime, it's time for me to say I'll see you this evening, 1 p.m., unless there's any questions. Any questions? Where did it go? Any questions, gentlemen? I'll try to help out. I have 4 more workbooks until I go to the printer. Anybody interested in buying the workbook? How are we making it get out with the 3 against 4 patterns, gentlemen? One day next week we'll hit on a couple more. They're not easy at all. They will make you dizzy. No problem, Mr. Randy. Okay, gentlemen, have a good afternoon, and hopefully I'll see everyone tonight, 7 p.m.